Welcome to the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. So today's gift in the 12 days of Christmas, day four, of course, is something that I call the five resistances to change. And so when I say change, I mean personal transformation because that's, when you're hanging out with me, that's what we do. We go from something limiting, something disempowering, something that doesn't feel good. Could be a thought, a belief, a behavior, could be a situation, a person, a relationship. It could be with money, it could be with your health, and it could be with fitness. It's in any genre, anything in your life that you're wanting to improve. There's always five resistances that you want to check through when you're installing what you're moving towards. So let me explain that a little bit more. So basics of transformation is you identify something that you don't like, right? And then to replace it, you've got to find out, well, what do you want to replace it with instead? And so once you've done that, and there's a little bit more to it than I'm doing in the simplistic explanation, but once you figured out what you really want to do instead, and you've done the mindset work, the emotional work, the energy work to let go of what you've been, the habits that you've been in, the thought habit, the subconscious habits, the beliefs, all that, and the relationships, all that that contributes to that. When you let go of that, then the energy is free to focus on what you want to focus on instead. And it's always something a little higher up. It's always a high vibration. And when you work with me, I make sure it's aligned with your soul. And so when it's aligned with your soul, it's always going to trigger your inner saboteur to protect you. And it protects you in these five different ways. So what I always do is, for example, I'm open to receiving more love, more compassion, more joy in my heart. And that's just like a generic, what I'm open, it's like I'm letting go of my need to isolate. I'm letting go of my need to feel I'm not good enough. I'm letting go of my need, whatever negative parts are. So I've done that. And now I'm open to receive more love, more joy, more connection, more happiness in my heart. And you would think that would be easy. But the whole reason you weren't feeling it before was it wasn't safe before, or it wasn't possible, or for some reason you weren't willing, or you decided somewhere along the way that you didn't deserve. And the school of hard knocks comes up so much you don't trust that it's going to be lasting. So in a nutshell, what if you want to find out if your subconscious has any of those five resistances, you go through them alphabetically, like one at a time. So it's so you would say it's safe to let in more love and happiness. And then you check within your body, where do I feel it for validity? Is it, am I getting a green light go? Or is there some sort of tug? Is there pain somewhere in my body? And if there is, just take note of it, write it down, right? And then you do the same thing for it's possible to let more love and connection into my heart. And if you get a cha-ching, yay, and there's absolutely no resistance in there, yay, there's no work to be done there. And then you move on. It's safe, it's possible. The next one is I'm willing to receive more love, more joy, more connection, more happiness in my heart. Right. And if there's any resistance in there, you'll feel it. Maybe you're coughing. Maybe you've got an ache or a pain somewhere. Maybe you've got a headache. Maybe you feel nauseous, right? So if that's the case, then that's when you would go off and do the work to resolve why you're not willing. And the same thing for I deserve to feel, I deserve to receive more love, more joy, more happiness, more connection in my heart. And if there's, for me, with that one, it took, it was like all quiet on the Western Front. I didn't get a yay or a nay. I just got a pure, quiet. It was like I caught the attention of my subconscious, but it had no opinion. And when you catch that within yourself, that's usually a really core, deep, original wound. And that's something I'm really good at because I had to do a lot of it myself, and I um, seem to attract people that need that work. And so, if that's you, join one of my classes, right? Join the free ones or sign up for one of my classes. Get on a call with me. Let's hash this out. Let's get this taken care of. Okay, so safe, possible, willing, deserve. I gotta trust. And like I mentioned before, for those of us that just like to pull up our bootstraps and try harder, right? Instead of seeing it from a higher perspective, like we talked about in the last gift we had, like yesterday's gift 2 days ago. Um, oh, we're just like, yeah, it might not last. Well, I'm not trusting that it's right for me. I'm not trusting. There's like a something that you're not trusting within that. And so then you would go in and do the work to really allow that to happen. And so then when you can get through all five of those with a full on confirmation within your system, then you know that the belief has evolved, has taken place, has taken its place in your subconscious. So that's you're now rewired in a new and enlightened way. This is your soul evolving. It's a very beautiful thing. Sending love, sending light, sending laughter your way. Have a most marvelous day.